Hi everyone, welcome to Littleton Common and 2012. Mother Nature hit us with many surprises in 2011, and only she knows what we will experience this new year. But we're hardy New Englanders and will survive. We had many compliments about the shows we did on eateries and farm stands in Littleton. Some of you had no idea how many places there were right here to enjoy a good meal or to buy fresh fruit and veggies. We are going to try and fill you in every month with what is happening around our town, and I'm looking forward to spending another year with you here on Littleton Common. How many of you made New Year's resolutions for 2012? And do people still do that? What would your resolution be? My husband would like to hear that I resolved to clean out the garage so he can put a car in it. But I don't think that will happen anytime soon. I will think about it. We happen to have a lot of history right here in this area, and in December, the Conservation Trust presented a look into colonial-era praying Indian villages of eastern and central Massachusetts. The speakers, Pamela A. Ellis, Esquire, and anthropologist Ray Gould, Ph.D., are recognized leaders of the Nipmuc Indian Nation. I want to read this clip by Don MacGyver that was in the Littleton Independent in December. Neshoba refers to the place between the waters and is a 16 square mile tract of land which was created as the Neshoba Praying Indian Village. It existed until 1714 when the Mass Bay colony extinguished it. Simultaneously, the town of Littleton and the much smaller 500-acre Newtown Indian Village between Fort Pond and Nagog Pond were created of the same land. Sarah Doublet Forest and Nature Reserve, the present-day 100-acre conservation land owned and managed by the Littleton Conservation Trust, is a remnant of that secondary Indian village and the original Neshoba Praying Indian plantation. So you might want to check with Conservation Trust for any programs they might be presenting in the future. The Littleton Country Gardeners' December program was all about chocolate, my favorite subject. Chef Rebecca Schuyler demonstrated making truffles, and we managed to eat a few. This month, the program will be Nature and Nurture Landscaping. The speaker is Bruce Davidson, artist and owner of EP Landscaping. This meeting will be held at New England Forestry, or Prouty Woods, on January 24th, and it's at 9:30 in the morning, and all are welcome. Watch what is happening on our town's common on 2A and Great Road, because it will be getting a facelift this year with help from the Littleton Country Gardeners. If you're interested in joining this organization, call Sue Cummings at 486-9225. I had a chat with David Whitcomb on what is happening at the Historical Society's museum this month. And here he is. So my next guest is David Whitcomb, and David is going to give us an update on the exhibit that's happening right now at the Historical Society. And I understand that it's toys, and is it toys from the residents of Littleton or anyone that wanted to bring them in? I know that I'm going to loan you some of my toys, and when I think about it, though, I think historical, museum, my toys, ouch, because that means that I've finally made it where my toys can be, you know, old, very old.
Well, there's quite a cross-section. There are some very old antique toys, there's some old toys. There's some more recent in the past 50 years, Tonka types and that sort of thing. Dolls, there are a couple of antique doll houses that kind of fit in with the season. And lots of trucks, old baby carriages, a beautiful old wooden antique push sleigh, a small one for a child.
Oh, nice.
Just some very, very nice things. And some more ordinary things, more recent. a Howdy Doody and a Raggedy Ann.
Oh, okay.
And some others like that. So it's not only town residents, but people that have contacts with folks from out of town or friends they used to work with. I had a fellow that brought in some very nice toys from where he collects up in Shirley, and he had some of the Lesney English die-cast toys, very small. And believe it or not, he brought in a fire engine from the 40s. It's an old pumper. It looks like one that used to be in our firehouse. And we had, in our own attic at the Historical Society, we brought down a collection of what we had, including a book that had the picture of that very same fire engine on the cover.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
So there's a little bit there for everybody.
Well,
and we're very pleased with it. It's just about complete. We still want more additions, more loans to it to fill it out, but we're very happy with the way it's going on. So come on down and see us, please.
Well, yeah, I think they should come down. I love toys anyway and seeing them, but you're making me think about some other things that I have that I could really loan you. Maybe you better add on a couple more rooms.
Okay, we can do, and we do have room left.
I am laughing because I'm thinking, oh my God, my mother was wonderful. She saved a lot of my toys, even though we moved around a lot. And then when I got married and we moved around a lot, we still brought the toys with us, and then the children played with them. And I still look at my dolls once in a while. But the one that I'm going to be loaning you is the celluloid doll that I got when I was like 3 years old. So. It's a little oldie, nice. And she looks a lot better than I do. She really stayed young looking. But at any rate, yeah, I'm thinking of, I have a toy that if you knew Ricky Fields.
Oh, sure.
Okay, because she was part of the Historical Society for a while. She gave me this toy, and I think I'm going to loan you that too in her name for this exhibit, if you don't mind.
Yeah. It's nice to have the connections forward and backward.
Yes, yeah, it is. Yeah. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is the calendar that you take all of the pictures for, don't you? Actually,
I'm going to correct that. I did take all the pictures for these calendars up until this year. And this year, my partner, Sandy Tusha, actually took all of the pictures that are in this calendar.
Really?
And we worked together. We've been working together for 4 or 5 years on photography. We've been together longer than that, but to go aside and come back, the Historical Society 5 years ago put out a kind of a historical calendar with just old archival prints.
Right.
Scenes around town and whatnot. And then for 2 years, I took pictures, new, fresh pictures of all the old historic homes in Littleton. And that was enjoyed. And then people wanted something a little different, so we struck upon landscapes and animals and birds and whatnot just around town. And all of the pictures are from Littleton.
Oh, wonderful.
Just Littleton. And it's amazing, even to us, how many different critters live here, entertain us so that we can enjoy them. It's just amazing. They're everywhere. All you do is slow down and look. And they're there.
Well, I think that you guys have been doing a great job with catching these animals and birds and whatever. There's one in particular that we were talking about that was really neat, and it's this one here.
Oh.
For what month is that?
April.
April.
Oh, no, excuse me, May.
Okay, May. But you've got to see this close up because it is truly a wonderful picture, and I don't know. Every single one of these, you had to be very patient to get look.
There was actually, I don't know if this will show up here, but
that's all right. We'll show it.
Yeah. But the fox, we were put onto the Fox family by Keith Dunn with the fire department. And he was aware of them. And they had their pups in the field behind the post office at the depot, way out in the middle of the field. And then they moved them to another spot nearby in a valley with some apple trees. And then from there, eventually, they moved their family just into the tree line in Oak Hill behind a large grassy field. So it was all, we were able to photograph just about all of their activities. And we watched them travel and walked with them, not walked with them, but watched them for 10 weeks, from April 15th through the end of June.
Wow.
We watched the pups grow up. We watched the family work together as a unit, the social habits. We learned more because every night we'd go home, and we eventually got a good book or two on Fox and whatnot, and we would go in, why are they doing this? What's going on? What's the activity here? And get a lot of answers. So we learned a tremendous amount, just with the foxes. I mean, you learn a lot with bluebirds if you watch them long enough too, but these guys were so wonderful.
Well, it looks like they became part of your family.
Yes, I do believe they did. And the mother, now the father never came within 100 yards of me. The mother came as close as perhaps 30 feet.
Oh my.
On a few occasions. Because after a while, they get to know you, they know the scent. And where we were, there was one little road, and occasionally a motorcycle would go by, and that would end it for a half an hour, and then come back. But for the most part, she was quite comfortable after a time, because we never approached, we never went too close. We kept that distance plus. And then she allowed us, you know, to be there.
It looks to me as though you had to take a lot of patience to get these pictures. I mean, did you stay in one spot a long time? How did you?
Well, we started at 6 in the morning, usually at sunrise when they're active. We were there all day, just about. We take a break and come back.
What a great hobby.
It was just so much fun that we're able to do it. And I use just a basic digital, not even an SLR, but a digital Canon camera. And then I gave my original one to Sandy, and I got one. It's almost the same camera, it's just got a bigger telephoto capability to it, which came in handy.
Good.
So we were both shooting pictures, and we have tripods, and that was quite a factor where we were most of the time. We had the ability, because of geography, that we could see them easily, and we could set up our equipment, minimal equipment, but set it up and have very steady pictures. And sometimes we would wait, and we would wait, and but we would always be rewarded.
But this is really a good thing for someone to learn to do too. I mean, if they feel that they're looking for a really good way to be outside and to, connect with our animals, and also learn how to take the pictures, and maybe some people will come up with some pictures for the Historical Society. So one of these days, another calendar will be done with pictures from different people in town that are like this. But this is great quality, and they're absolutely beautiful. And the calendar is beautiful, and you have it at the Historical Society, right?
That's right.
So,
and it will be available, and I think we're going to print some more for going into the next year, because people still looking for a calendar.
Of course.
After the holidays.
Right. So go to the Historical Society and try to get a calendar while they have them.
And then we have the blocks as well.
And then the blocks too. And this year it was St. Anne's.
And that
Church.
was a tremendous success.
Oh, good.
We knew it was going to be popular, because so many people had asked us, when are you going to do St. Anne's? And so somebody clued us in, I forgot who, and we went down there one afternoon, and lo and behold, a few days later, they were digging all around the church for all the renovations. So we got there just in time to take the last pictures of the church before the changes are taking place now.
Right.
And the lady sitting across from me to my left is the one that did all the artwork for these blocks and has done it for years. It's a long process, and it's a process that involves a number of people, almost too many to mention, but it just comes off so well. It's a good fundraiser for us, and so many people enjoy it. They always look forward to it. Where are the blocks?
Good. Well, do you know that it's been 20 years?
20, good.
20 years. It just tells you how time flies, because Tony Jesensky was just saying 7 years went by like nothing, and I'm thinking 20 years. Oh my gosh, 20 years of
20 good years, and beautiful blocks all the way through. And we sold out of some. We aren't sure if we're going to do any more of the ones that are sold out because it started as a limited edition.
Right.
I don't think there's a premium on them, and I don't think Skinner's going to get involved in resale or anything.
Yeah.
But people still look for the other ones.
Well, yes, and I think
The
that
old
new
ones.
people, I always think about that. New people coming to town might see them and say, gee, I wish I had had the Historical Society, and, you know, it's not there anymore or something.
Right.
So it might be something that you think about.
We're still
anyway.
considering it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
So,
So
shame.
here you have the blocks, you have the calendars, and you have a wonderful exhibit right now. So I want you all to take the time to go to see the Historical Society exhibit of toys. Might bring back some good memories of your toys, and it'll also show your children what toys were like when we were young. So try to get over there and introduce yourself to David and to Sandy and to everyone over there. They'll be looking forward to seeing you. And thank you, Dave, for coming over and helping us out here.
Thank you, Barbara, for having us.
Indian Hill Music Center continues to present exciting programs, and Evanthea Valakis joins us now to tell us more about that. Evanthea?
Thanks, Barbara. In 2012 means all kinds of great music concerts and education opportunities here at Indian Hill Music, beginning with the pianist Luis de Mora Castro, who will be appearing at the Kaleidoscope Gallery in Groton on Saturday, January 7th at 8 p.m. He's a Brazilian pianist, and he'll be performing music by Beethoven and Liszt and Chopin and Villalobos. So that's Saturday, January 7th at 8 p.m. over at the Kaleidoscope Gallery in Groton. It'll be a great concert. Check it out at indianhillmusic.org or 486-9524. For families, we've got our monthly family free pajama jam, where you come with your little kids and you have a wonderful musical story hour with our early childhood faculty here. And that will be on Friday, January 13th at 6:30 p.m. for 1 hour. And that's a free event, the Family Pajama Jam. Our popular box lunch concert series continues on Thursday, January 19th, with 2 shows, one at 11 and the other one at 1:30 p.m. And we've got a vocalist, Suzanne Cabot, with pianist Pamela Hines and friends, doing some jazz and standards from the American Songbook. It's going to be a great concert. Again, Thursday, January 19th at 11 and 1:30 p.m. And you're not going to want to miss Orchestra of Indian Hill as we continue the series on Sunday, January 22nd at 3 p.m. It's a Sunday afternoon concert, January 22. Maestro Hangen and the orchestra will be performing Mahler's monumental Symphony No. 5. It's Mahler's 5th. It's going to be a real great symphonic afternoon. And also on the program, a piece by Debussy, the Danse Sacrée et Profane, with our harpist Deborah Feld-Fabishevitz. And that's January 22nd at 3 p.m. over at Littleton High School. Get all the details at 486-9524 or online at indianhillmusic.org. We'll see you then.
Thank you. The Friends Thrift Shop fashion show in November and the Deck the Halls Christmas ornaments and houseware sale were very successful this year. We continue to build up our funds because of the quality of the donations we get from all of you. And thank you again and again for supporting our Council on Aging through the Thrift Shop and the Friends of the Council on Aging. Please keep those donations coming so we can keep the seniors busy with programs. Gail Dalton manages the Council on Aging Senior Diner and is happy to welcome any newcomer who would like to come in for lunch. Hi, Gail.
Well, happy 2012, everybody. It's January, and we've been pretty lucky so far with weather, but just in case it does snow, Minuteman will put it on Channel 7 if we're closed. If the Littleton schools are closed, we are automatically closed no matter what. So, and a lot of times Minuteman itself will close, and if they do that, it'll be on the news. It'll say Minuteman Senior Program closed. But I'll let everybody know here at the Council on Aging that the meal site's closed, and I will make sure I contact all my Meals on Wheels people to let them know that there'll be no meal delivery, okay? But we're going to be closed on January 2nd in observation of New Year's Eve. That's a Monday, and closed Monday the 16th for Martin Luther King Day. But other than that, I'm standing in front of our message board, so if you don't read the broadcast or you don't get it, you can just come in here and just walk right in through the door and you just look, and we always put what's happening for the month of January, any special events that are going on, or you could call the COA, you could call the diner, we'll let you know what's happening. The ladies' breakfast will be January 12th. It's always the second Thursday of the month, okay? Always the second. And the men's breakfast will be January 18th, and that's always the third Wednesday of the month, okay? Minuteman will be having their January birthday lunch, and Minuteman provides a free lunch, and the COA provides a cake, and that'll be on January 11th. Okay, at noontime, just call to make your reservations. As I said, the birthday person is free, and if they choose to bring somebody, they'll have to pay for their spouse or a friend. But we like to see everybody down. Like I said, just come in here and you can read what's happening, because we always decide to do something at the last minute to get more people in here. So, and the results have been working really well. So, hope to see everybody in January. Stay warm.
Gail, thank you for that. Meantime, Janice Nowicki and her elves kept us busy with her program schedule. She gave us a chance to recognize the celebration of the COA settling into the town office 30 years ago. Diane Dexter entertained us with the piano and show tunes. A potluck Christmas party was such fun. We were entertained by Greg Curtis and also by volunteers from the audience. I had just left the room when someone told me that George Sanders and my husband Alan were dancing reindeer. Wait, what? On December 18th, Janice planned a cookie swap. Don't tell anyone, but mine were from a box. But only a few of you showed for this. I guess the holiday planning had gotten to be busy for you. But we will try that again another time. Keep your eyes and ears open for more in the coming months, and please come and join us, if just to chat with friends or make new ones, because you're never too old to make new friends. Now get your calendar and a pencil and join Janice to hear what she has planned for January. Hi, Janice.
Greetings, everyone, from Littleton Elder and Human Services and the Council on Aging. So happy to be here with you and to share with you some of our upcoming events and activities, and to also share with you some activities that we have had. We just had in December a holiday party with entertainment by Greg Curtis. It was enjoyed by all. It was a wonderful potluck. Everybody brought in a nice dish to share with everybody, and we had about 50 people come. It was wonderful. We're looking forward to more activities like that in the future. Looking forward to maybe a Valentine's Day sock hop in February, some other things that will be going on further in the future that will please keep tuned for, and we'll let you know. But let's talk about January now. January is National Glaucoma Awareness Month, so it's important for us to get the word out there that this is a sight-stealing disease, and it's important to have those eyes examined and checked. And if you notice that there's any problems, that you need to call your doctor right away. Over 4 million Americans and nearly 70 million people worldwide have glaucoma. So this is a large group of folks, and I'm sure that if you don't have glaucoma, that you know somebody close to you that does. And we really do want to prevent blindness if at all possible. So if you haven't had an exam, schedule one. Speaking on healthy issues, we have our Healthy Me group up and running. Still time to join up with us as we start the new year. We're going to meet on Wednesday, January 11th at 11 o'clock. At that meeting, we're going to talk about setting goals, and I break it down into what I call the SMART program, making them simple, making them measurable, making them realistic, timely, all those types of things. And I'll get into more detail if you're able to come to that meeting. But please join us, because with January we look at making New Year's resolutions and how long do we keep those for. It's usually pretty short term, but we're looking at setting up some immediate goals, some intermediate goals, and some long range goals. So it should be pretty interesting. On Thursday, January 19th, our Lunch Ladies and Gentlemen group, we're meeting at Trey Amici's for an early dinner at 3 o'clock. If you'd like to join us, please call the COA office and make your reservations. It will be at $9 and they offer different specials. I'm not sure, it'll be a chicken pasta or a fish dish. On Monday, January 23rd at 1 o'clock, we are having the Tools for a Successful Future, the Be Organized, Be Prepared program. Some of you may have attended the program we had in September where Donna Osterguy came and spoke about planning, making sure things are in order, and gave out this long-term planning kit. At the request of our folks, we are having a repeat of that workshop, and also Donna has some additional information that she is going to be giving out. This is sponsored by Elder and Disability Law Associates out of Worcester. So please plan on coming to that. This next group I'm very, very excited about. January 25th at 10 o'clock, we're going to have just an information session. It's going to be my caregivers and loved ones social support group. Are you a caregiver? Would you like to come to the Senior Center and meet other caregivers? We are starting a new program that will meet once a month, which will offer to caregivers a chance to come to the Senior Center with your loved one and enjoy some socialization, gain information. We're going to offer activities in one area so that the caregivers can go into another area and work on another activity or function or have a guest speaker or do something. We're collaborating with local community agencies on this. We're working with Minuteman Home Instead and Neshoba Nursing. This is not an alternative to a day program, but in addition to, if you have a loved one that maybe attends a day program a few days a week, it's for folks that actually don't have an opportunity to get out of the home because they're providing care for their loved one and not necessarily want to become in routinely have to go Monday through Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday to a program. Come here, be part of this group. It's a pilot program. It's brand new. I'm not aware that this is being done other places, so this is new. It's exciting. We're collaborating with the Alzheimer's Association as well so that we can have appropriate activities and information, and I think it'll just be really good. So please come learn more about it. Monday, January 30th at 9 o'clock, I'm going to be cooking breakfast. So come for breakfast with the director. I make a pretty good quiche or a pretty good French toast. I haven't quite decided what I'm making yet, so it will be a surprise. Certainly we will be offering our men's and women's breakfast as well that month. So 3 breakfasts, that's pretty darn good in 1 month. So come on over. In closing, I just want to share, we're going to be offering the Healthy Aging courses. I know you've had one of them here in the past. I'm not sure which one, but My Life, My Health is one of them, and that's living with chronic disease or if you care for somebody who has a chronic disease. There's also one on healthy eating for successful living, and then the third one is A Matter of Balance. And actually, Neshoba Nursing and hospice have trained AmeriCorps volunteers that are going to be coming over and presenting those workshops. They vary from 6 to 8 weeks long, and actually I will be co-teaching the classes. I am certified in doing these evidence-based programs, so come and be a part of that. If you'd like more information, call the Council on Aging office at 978-540-2470. These are only highlighting some of the things that are going on in January. You need to watch for the bulletin board upstairs, outside the elevator. There's also postings downstairs in the senior diner. We're trying to get things also on cable to running so that you can have information. Again, it's difficult to early on plan for the month what we're going to do. So we always have new things popping up. February, that sock hop's going to be a whole lot of fun. Please plan on coming to that, learning more information and just being a part. And letting me know, too, if there's anything you would like to have going on here. We'd be happy to consider it.
Janice is really a busy gal, and thanks, Janice, for all you do and you're trying to do. Another busy director is Kate Hodges. The programs that Park and Rec sponsor are many and continue to be very successful. Check with them often for the latest classes. But let's hear from Kate right now.
Thank you, Barbara. So this was the 4th year of our Holiday Helpers program. The program started with actually 12 families. This year we had over 20 families, actually much more than 20 families. We actually had 78 children in the program, and we gave thousands of dollars worth of merchandise out. Actually, the last day of the program donations was yesterday, so we haven't been able to get a total yet, but we hope to be able to have that by week's end, so we'll be getting back to you on that. We wanted to thank the Littleton Police Association, who gave a generous donation of $500. In addition, the Ladies of Littleton, which was organized by Lisa Flanagan and Sue Manning, organized a holiday party where people came and donated unwrapped gifts, and they were able to collect nearly $700 worth of gifts. We also, the Littletown Toys in town offered 10% discount to folks in town who mentioned that they were buying for the Holiday Helpers program. And we also got quite a bit of help from other area stores. And the biggest donor for the season was, again, the Littleton Sub Shop, which donated $1 for every large pizza sold in the month of November. And we are still waiting for the final count, but Greg Elders, who's the owner of Littleton Sub Shop, informed us that it is over $1,000 this year. So that was hugely, hugely helpful. Another huge donator was the Learning Experience in Littleton, who actually took 60 ornaments from our giving tree and created their own giving tree, and they actually collected almost $1,000 worth of their own gifts to donate to our program, and that was actually a huge help and really put us over the top. Yes, we definitely want to run the program again next year. We're hopeful that the need will go down as the economy gets better, but we're so thankful to live in a community where people are able to really come together and help their neighbors out. And we do want to stress that every person that receives assistance in the program is from Littleton, and that we ensure that they're financially eligible, but we also make sure that they are residents. So all of the 70-plus children are Littleton residents. So we actually send out the applications in October. They're due back in very early November. So if there's anybody that that you know of in the early fall, make sure that you refer them to the Park and Rec Department in the early fall. And if there's any way that you or you have a group that wants to help, make sure that you get in touch with us, especially if you're a member of a sports team, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts. We get a lot of help from them as well. We'd love to have any help that we can get.
Along with Park and Rec's Christmas Ornament Program is another one that I think is worth mentioning. I brought Lisa Flanagan on the show to have her tell you more about this. I just found out that there's a unique kind of organization here in town, and it's called the Ladies of Littleton. And Lisa Flanagan was the person who brainstormed this, I think, great organization. And I have her here today because I want her to tell us more about it. I want you to tell us, Lisa, how it started and why. And why is it called the Ladies of Littleton?
Because we're all ladies from Littleton. It's a multi-generational group. We've had women my age bring their moms bring their friends, just for a night of getting together and networking and having some fun, and all for a good cause.
Okay, so how long have you been doing this?
We just had our 6th annual meeting.
Really?
mandatory meeting.
Really?
Yeah, so we've been doing it for 6 years now.
Once a year?
Once a year.
Once a year. And around Christmas time?
We usually try and, first year we started, we did it around Thanksgiving, and we contributed to loaves and fishes. As the years went by, we realized that there were people in Littleton that were in need, and especially at Christmas time. So we hooked up with the Park and Rec program, the Holiday Helpers, and various years we've either gotten just gift certificates, or this year we had the ladies go to the Park and Rec lobby, pick an ornament off the wishing tree, and bring that gift to the party, which we brought to Park and Rec on Monday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, what I understand is that this started all because you were going to different parties, the basket party, the jewelry party, the Tupperware
Candle
party,
party, yep.
and buying things, and things probably that I know myself. So often I don't need, I just go because a friend is giving the party.
Right.
And so you changed it to
You don't
getting
have to buy
together, don't buy anything, just buy something
cause.
or give something to the cause that you have for that year.
Yep.
I think that's really a great thing, because I feel often that I'm wasting my money. Well, let's put it this way. At my age, you start wasting your money if you're buying a new basket. I mean,
Right.
I have enough baskets, that's for sure, at this age. So, you know, you don't have to buy something that you're not going to use or you're going to have to give away anyway. This makes you feel a lot better about what you're doing.
Yep.
Do you have this is your 6th annual, so you have a lot of women come? Did the numbers grow?
It varies. This year we had a smaller turnout. I think the party this year was a week later than it usually is. So we had a lot of people that had other commitments, but I had a core group of friends that showed up, and even though people couldn't come to the party, they still came into Park and Rec and picked an ornament. On the invitation we put, I put the hours and the telephone number to Park and Rec, so all they had to do was call. They didn't even have to make a trip down, and the people at Park and Rec, you know, sent them an ornament through the mail or gave them an assignment through the mail. So we had a smaller turnout, but I think the word got around a little bit more that there were people in need, and if they couldn't make the party, they still brought something or sent something to Park and Rec.
Well, that's really nice.
Yeah.
But we do want to emphasize, right, that it's women only.
Just the girls.
Just the girls. And that's great, because, well, women like to get together more than men do anyway. And like you say, this is a good cause. So you can go and enjoy. Do you have to bring food, or do you,
We do a BYOB, and some people bring food, yep. So it's really easy.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
What do you expect from this? You expect it to grow? Would you like it to grow?
I'd love it to grow. I'd love to advertise a little bit more in the town. I'd love to have a banner going over Great Road.
Nice.
I'd love to have it at the VFW with some dancing and maybe a little less. Bring food, bring your favorite drink, and bring a gift. I was thinking maybe at some point just charging an admission fee and having that admission fee go to Park and Rec, so that they could take that money and buy what the kids needed, and it would kind of cut out some of the running around that the ladies have to do. But just again, to put it towards a good cause.
Yeah, because unlike the other parties, you know, you do want to make it easier on them. You know, especially if, like, the last minute somebody wants to come and they don't have a gift. They probably would feel like, maybe I shouldn't go.
Yep.
You know.
And that's happened. We've had, you know, people swap gifts, or last minute, I know, kind of going off the track, but last year somebody came up to me before the party and said that there was a teenager in need at the high school who just needed sneakers for the basketball team. She'd made the basketball team and she needed sneakers. She didn't have sneakers. So made a few phone calls. People called me, what should I bring? What should I get? And I said, gift certificate to Olympia. And the girl was able to get sneakers. So,
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
See? So there you go.
So sometimes it's last minute. You get a good idea, but you know, the gift certificates were great. You know, anything anybody brought was awesome.
Well, so here's what I'd like you to do for me. When you're ready to start advertising, and you know when it's going to be, would you please get in touch with
Definitely.
me, and we'll have you come back
Okay.
and remind everybody.
Definitely. Yep.
And I think that would be fun. And Next year I would like to go. I tried to go this time,
know.
but I couldn't make it. But
It's a tough time of year. Like I said, most people had 2 parties that day,
Yeah.
or a family was in town or something like that. And we've fiddled around with the timing, and I think right after Thanksgiving is probably the best time for us to do this. So
yeah. I found that out with our Council on Aging Christmas sale that was last week. Okay, so
ladies,
this is a promise. Ladies of Littleton,
7th annual meeting.
be aware.
Yep.
7th annual meeting, and you're going to come back and you're going to talk all about it, and we'll see how many show up for that.
All right.
You may have to rent a big place. You know.
I hope so.
Do they have to call you to let you know that they're coming?
No.
Just come.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Okay. Well, then we will be looking forward
All
to
right.
seeing you again.
Great.
And thank
Look
you for
forward
being
to
here
it.
today.
Thank you.
Maybe you or your child received a gift or two you didn't need, and maybe you might consider giving it to the Park and Rec Christmas Ornament Program next November, or bring it to Lisa's Ladies of Littleton party. Tina Mater is still looking for anyone who is home alone and would like to meet others in the same situation. Her Living Alone support group will meet Thursday, January 19th at 10:30 a.m. in room 230. But call Tina at 978-540-2472 and come on down. If you enjoy knitting, why don't you come in for the Loving Stitches knitting group? We have the yarn, tons of it, just tons of it. So bring your knitting needles and an hour or two of your time. Knit for yourself or donate to the many causes Janice Nowicki has in mind. I remember when I was a kid, my mom belonged to a knitting group. Our dads were in the service or working long hours, so the women got together and chatted, or I should say gossiped, but they made sweaters and socks for gifts, and too bad we let some of those times go away. A Littleton Senior Citizens Club will not have a meeting in January or February. Why not use that time and come in to volunteer or knit? We are looking for anyone who would like to run a craft workshop, drive for Meals on Wheels, or help on Wednesdays at the nutrition site. Sandra Cassell has volunteered to show how to make denim purses, and we will try that program in February. So if you're interested, sign up now at 540-2470. One very special guy who volunteers his time at the Council on Aging is Tony Jesensky. Tony and I sat down recently to discuss how he could help you with your taxes. Well, it's that time again, folks, that dreaded tax time. And we don't want it to be a problem for you, so we have Tony Jesensky here, who is going to help our seniors with their reports. And Tony's going to tell us all about how we can get in touch with him and what he plans to do for you. So Tony, tell us how we can get in touch with you and what they need to bring with them and anything else that you feel they need to know.
Okay. The first thing you have to do is make an appointment with the COA. The number is 540-2470, and they will make an appointment. I work on Tuesdays, so there are every half hour, 45 minutes, I do another person. So we have 2 phases of we do your federal income tax report, and you have to bring all your insurance information, your 1099 HC, your W-2s, your SSAs, your 1099-Rs, anything that shows income or taxes that you paid. So if you sold something, you'd have to bring that statement in too. It's called a 6498. And then the second part of that is if you're a homeowner or you pay, or you're a rental, and it's not subsidized rental, you have the senior circuit breaker that the state of Massachusetts gives to taxpayers with a limited income. The totals, I'm going to look at my paper there because I don't have it memorized yet, but your max income is $52,000. And the problem with that is that it includes all your Social Security and any other income you may have, all your pensions, all your retirement funds, your Social Security, everything lumped together. So you need to bring that. But once I do the federal, it automatically tells me that you're entitled to the senior circuit breaker.
Okay.
So the circuit breaker this year is for $980. You get $980 back is the max. And it's graduated up or down. I mean, it's graduated down if you make over $52,000. So it just it's a nice little rebate on your property tax. Is what it is, exactly what it is. And I'll be doing it up until the middle of April.
Okay.
So it's to be every Tuesday.
And it's free?
It's free. It is free.
Yeah.
It is free.
That's important for them to know. And is it just for seniors?
Well, it's actually for seniors and low-income families.
Okay.
Okay. Even though some middle-income families over the years have developed a rapport with, and they come and they do it here. You know, they do it with because I have the program, I have the ability to do it, so I do it. But there are certain things that we can't do, and we can't do anything with rentals. We can't do any rental properties. No business taxes, like if you're self-employed, I can't do that for you.
Okay.
We're not allowed. Any trustees, I can't do a trusteeship. So, and the K-9s, which is, it's a mixture of trustee and inheritance. So it's really complex, and it's too complex for the program that the AARP and the IRS have given me. So basically, you bring in your materials, we go through it. I enter the material into the program, and it tells me if we can do the circuit breaker. If we can do the circuit breaker, then I do the circuit breaker. And the circuit breaker last year was amazing because within 5 to 7 days of me entering it, you know, they had their checks.
Wow.
So the federal is a little bit slower. I don't want to get political, but somebody likes to keep your money, so yeah. So
a little longer anyway, right?
Yeah, a little bit longer, so that way they don't have to pay the interest to China. So so that's what that is.
And so, do you get a lot of clients?
Last year I had 108.
See? Yeah. So in other words, if they want this done, they better sign up.
Yes.
Early.
Yeah. Because they fill up, the first couple of weeks fill up fast for obvious reasons. People want their refund as soon as they can get it, especially the senior circuit breaker.
Yeah.
And it's, as I said, it comes very quickly, and it helps them with paying their next real estate tax bill when it comes due.
That's
and
right.
then, you know, what other things they have in the winter, fuel or whatever.
Yeah, and
so
anything after the holiday.
Right. So my first day is February the 7th.
Okay.
And I just put the sheets down there, so there'll be an article in the broadcaster.
Okay.
Noting that, and it just basically gives you the same synopsis of what I just gave you here. So,
good. So then they need to read that broadcaster.
Right.
They need to call the Council on Aging.
Right.
540-2470.
Right.
Make sure that they ask for an appointment with Tony Jesensky and get their taxes done, and not to be afraid.
No, not to be afraid.
And to trust you. We trust you.
Well, this is my 7th year, which I was really surprised. I went back, and it doesn't seem like it's 7 years, but I've been doing it for 7 years here.
It doesn't seem like 7 years to me either.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Well, I've never done yours. So.
I know. I don't pay. No, I'm only kidding. No. But anyway, glad you came.
I'm glad I came too.
And got that information out. And so pay attention, everybody, and get out there and get this done, and get it done in time so you can get your money back.
Yeah, it's
Whatever
a very
money.
quick, yeah. And we'll be happy to do it. And they trained me. In fact, my first training day was Monday. And I said, holy cow. You know, it doesn't seem like, you know, Thanksgiving's just over and all of a sudden we're into the income tax.
That's right, that's
and so
right.
I've got 2 more days of training with the IRS in Boston before Christmas. And then on January 3rd, 4th, 5th, the Mass DOR, Department of Revenue, is training us. So,
Okay.
yeah, so we get, they make sure. And then I have to take a test, and if I don't pass it, then
Well, then if you
They throw
don't
me out.
pass
Yeah.
it, we won't see you here.
Yeah, that's right. But you have to be,
Yeah.
the site requires, and so does the AARP and IRS,
Good.
that you be qualified. So,
Well, we know you are.
yeah, thank you.
And by the way, Tony is the treasurer of the Friends of the Council on Aging, and so he takes good care of the money that we make there, too.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying we trust him.
Yeah.
So come in and see him. And thank you again.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
I do want to remind you that the Historical Society is open every Wednesday from 1 to 4 and every second Sunday from 2 to 4. So try and get over there and see the exhibit if you can. I also want to thank all of my guests today, and I hope you enjoyed the show. In the meantime, don't forget to hug a senior. You want to start again? Guarding the dessert. Now we have it on tape that she did this to us.
Did you just, was that going?
Yes.
Now, can you hear me? It's amazing when you put that battery in. What happens?
Oh, are you gonna edit this, like cut back and forth?
I want to remind you that the Historical Society is open every Wednesday from 1 to 4 p.m. and the second Sunday of the month from what, 2 to 4. Okay. Maybe I better do that over. I want to remind you that the Historical Society is open every Wednesday from 1 to 4 and the second Sunday from 1 to 4. So, no.
This is what we watch at home.
Well, it's that time again, folks, the dreaded tax time. But we don't want to be a problem. Oh, you got to start again, because, please. So that's it.
That's it.
Holy moly. That went along pretty good. It seems real short, but with the other... Yeah, what is a moly?
Yeah. Now why is it holy?